Okay, so what have we got? We've got one of the pick-offs. This is the cross slide pick-off. This is my tool holder pick-off. This is going to be the main bed pick-off. So you can see this is going to travel the whole length of the bed. And then we have the control box. Now I fitted one of these before. I fitted this to one of these to my mill, so that I've just bought exactly the same unit. I bought this from a guy off eBay called RC-Angel for just under $300, which is crazy. You get all of this with the accuracy that this has for under $300. 3-axis is fabulous. I've used this quite a lot on the mill, and I needed to get the accuracy on the lathe. So, but my lathe is old and it's not designed to take this. So what we're going to have to do is going to have to work out how exactly we're going to be able to mount all of this so that it's not in the way and it doesn't affect the functionality of the lathe. But I'm pretty sure we can do it. We may have to make some extra brackets and some extra plates. You get so what you've got here, bring it out. What you have here is, this is the slide and this is the actual pick off. So this bolts to your frame and this bolts to whatever's moving, or the other way around. And what you do is you mount this, and then this plate comes down and bolts to your frame and to this. So this can hold, and as your frame moves along you can move the pick off. You've got to get this quite square, so that when it's moving from one end to the other it doesn't run out. So there's quite a lot of fine adjustment that you have to do, but it's not difficult, and you do get a bucket load of adjustment on here and here. So it's pretty simple, but it is important to get it right. So let's work this together and see how we get on. So the first thing I'm going to try and do is mount this on the back of here. So I've got to probably have this mounted on here on the slide and have this mounted on this frame. But as you see, if I try and do that, I'm going to have to make a plate that screws to this, that's going to come out but on the back, that this mounts to, and then bring that bracket over the top and down and screw it to this, so this stays fixed, and as this moves, this moves. So I think the first thing I've got to do is make a plate probably at 1/4 by 2 that's going to come on the back there and mount that to, and then I can come off of here and down and pick this up and hold that. I think that's going to be the best way of doing that. And then similarly make a plate that is going to come on here across to the back, and then the other one is going to mount something like something like that, or that, maybe that. No, it's probably going to have to mount like that down there, and then have a bracket that comes across off the back of the slide here down and picks this up. But then we're going to have to use one of the shields to stop dirt from getting in there, whereas if when we mount this on here, it's going to be the opening is going to be down, so we're not going to get any dirt in it. So yeah, I think we're going to have to mount that like that and then have a shield over it. We can do that. So I'm going to have to make 2 plates, one to come bolted to here and one on here, and then the one on the bed's pretty straightforward. I'll take this back off. I can get to that. I can screw the main travel or the main bar to the bed, and then the pick off I can screw to the bed, the frame here, and then that'll pick up that. So not too difficult. We just got to make some plates. Also this plate I'm going to have to put a little cut out so I can still get to my screws here. Okay, well, we have a plan. Let's get on. Okay, so I've mounted the cross on here. I've made this quickly made up this quick plate. So I've got, just with a end mill, I just cut that out. I'm going to screw that on there like that and space it off just a little bit so it doesn't interfere with the slide. So I just put some little washers under that. So I'm probably going to pick up 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 screws on here. Then I'm going to have to cut, this is one of the brackets that comes with it. I'm going to bring that down here, so I'm going to screw it on here like that. This will have take the pick off. Actually that's going to clear that edge. That's pretty good, but I'm probably going to have to shorten it because it's going to clout the bed. So I'm going to have to cut this across there like that and then mount the other slide there. Yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is find this edge and this edge so that I can transpose those 3 holes onto here from that edge and that edge. So let's get the waggler. I always wondered who invents some of these tools so that they work so well. This is pretty easy for finding an edge. So I'm going to fire it up, and I've zeroed the DRO. So we're looking for it to just coming in, and flick it off. Okay, so I'm going to zero the DRO there. But that tip is 0.1. So half of it, which would be the center, is 50 thou. So I'm just going to move the bed 50 thou exactly. If I can move that 50 thou. Okay, and zero it. There. Okay, so the next thing we want to is find this edge. So I'm going to put it across. Drop that a bit. Bring it in. There you go. So zero that, and then bring it another 50 thou forward. There it is, and zero that. So now I've got the mill zeroed on that edge and this edge. So now I can plot my 3 holes, and then I can transpose that onto the other piece. So the thickness of this is 0.56. So I'm going to come in halfway, and I'm going to bring one, probably make this all easy for myself. I'm going to bring in one inch. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, one at 1 inch, one at 4 inches, and one at 5.5 inches. That'll be perfect. That gets 3 on there. Decided to do them probably M6 because I've got these nice stainless M6 countersunk bolts, so it'd be a shame not to use them. So I'm going to put one in there. It needs to be countersunk because that the plate's going to be running across, and I don't want it to foul on the heads of the bolts. So we're going to have to countersink the other plate and drop in there. So we're going to do 1, 3, 1, 4, and 5.5. Okay, let's get on. I would normally use my water feed coolant for drilling and tapping and facing, but a lot of the guys have been using this Enco lube. I've never used it before, so this is my first time. So I thought I'd give it a go. It's not super expensive. And I did mean to find out, did mean to clock where we started there, but I didn't. It's pretty thick. It stays where you put it, which is nice, and it doesn't seem to create any problems. So just one, and go out to 4 inches. It does make it cut easier, also. Don't seem to be getting any overheat with it. And 5.5 inches. The DROs are so easy to use, which is why I want to put it on the lathe. So I can just dial out exactly where I want it to go. Oh well, my first time using this, it's see, pretty good. I've tried to use other compounds like this before and I've never really had a lot of success, which is why I normally would use the water feed or the coolant feed, and I'll still use that if I'm surfacing or doing anything really heavy, just because of getting it, keeping the heat away. See how easy it puts a tap down there. Okay, slowed it right down, run it up. And that's taking it in pretty good. Let's stop it there. I'm going to put the rest in by hand, because I don't know how deep I went. I didn't want it to bottom out and snap my tap off. So this is tapping pretty nicely with this. Okay. And that's at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, on the 3 inches, 4 inches, isn't it? 4. Just leave it up. Come on, you bugger. That's enough. Now, this is tapping really nicely. Move it back to 1 inch. There. Perfect. I'll give those holes a bit of a blowout with some air, and that's done. So now I'm going to transpose those holes onto the other piece, here. So first of all I want to find this edge, because I already know that edge. Speed it up. That. So now I've got this edge and this edge. Four inches. That's too fast. Slow that down a bit. There you go. Set the first one about there, so I'm going to set the stop just a little there, just there, so I bring it out 4 inches. And bring it down to the stop. And now that's going to be exactly the same. Get out the one. So that should fit that other part. Okay, let's drill the holes to mount the scale. Speed it up. The length of the scale is 8.5625. Really want it to be hanging out that much, but there we are. Should have moved it in a bit. Put a thread in this. Like the spiral taps are so nice. They are a little fragile, but they cut really nicely. There we go, look at that, perfect. Okay, so we've got mounts for the scale, and we've got the mount to mount it on the slide. So going well. Mark the where we're going to go. Can't see it. It's a mark. finish that off by hand. Let's cut these. Like that. On there. On there. That kit of attachments we get. So we're going to have to cut this off here like that, so that can mount on there, and then we're going to have to space this off the frame a little bit. So we're going to make some little spacers and screw that on there. But other than that, that's going to work. That's great. Okay, let me make those spacers and bolt it all up, and we'll have a look. Okay, so you can see we have a certain amount of gap between the pick off and the slide, and we have a gap there, and between the plate and the slide we have a gap as well. So this plate here is mounted to the bottom frame and not this, and you see we do have clearance, so this can just move nice and easily without any binding, and you can see we got nice control on there. So this piece is done. So the next step will be the putting it on the bed, putting the other one on the bed. So let's get on with that. Must admit, I am quite impressed with this. I mean, it seems to cut really nicely. I do not have any sponsors or anything on my channel. I'm not monetized or anything. I just do this all for fun. So you don't have to worry about that. But I do think this is pretty good. So. Okay. So that's that plate done. So now we've got to discover the mounting points and drill and tap the bed. So, or not the bed, the slide. Okay. So I think this is going to be the best bit. I've checked the travel, and with that mounted just there, I will get full reading on the full available travel for the cross slide. So we just need to mark these 2 points, drill and tap the frame, and then I'm going to stand it off just a little bit on a couple of washers because I've got a couple of oiling points here, but I never use those. I always just oil the bed directly, so I'm going to just stand it off a little bit. Make sure I miss that screw head. That's a bit awkward. Just there, just there. That'll be fine. Okay, let's get drilling that. So these holes are going to be tapped 6mm. So I'm going to go in with a 6mm to start with, just to get a start point in the middle of the hole. Okay. There are 2 marking points. Oh, that's really close to that screw head. Try and move it out just a fraction. That way. I'm going to move it that way just a fraction. That's really annoying. Okay, that's it. That's going to be good. Okay. Easy does it. I want to break a tap in the slide here. That'd be really annoying. I think I'll back that out and give that a blow through, I think. Be careful you don't damage the pick-off at this point, because once the pick-off is separate but not held tight on the scale, you can damage it in there, so you just got to be a bit careful, a bit gentle with it. I'm just going to mount that on there. And looking at this, may have to space this up a little bit so that the pick-off doesn't rub. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a couple of washers under here to hold it up. These little washers came with the kit, and I think they're going to be ideal. So put that on there. That's not going to be long enough. Okay. that is going to be too long, so I'm going to have to cut it. So I've got them too long or too short. I'm probably going to have to cut this one down then. Okay. So that's mounted there. We've got the correct adjustment there. We've got gap between the bottom of this and the bed, I think. See if we get full travel on it. Yeah, we got full travel. It's a little tight at this end, but it's okay. Okay. So now we've got to just mount the one on the back of the bed. That's going to be interesting. Probably easiest to take this off. I think it's only just a couple of screws, if I remember right. Yeah, 2 screws. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so the back comes off with just 2 screws, which is handy. And then this was really simple. It was literally drill the bed, 1 screw, make sure it's exactly level with the bed, drill a screw, tap it, and then same here, and then I just check the gap here and make sure that as the bed goes down, that gap stays the same. Very important. So that bit's mounted. Now let's get on with the display unit. Screwed the bracket on the side of the cupboard there. That's pretty simple. This arm is going to drop in there. I think. Get a ratchet. Okay. Oh yeah, it's not too tall. I thought for a second I'd put it up too high. The other thing you don't want to do is put it in line with the head, otherwise it's just going to get sprayed with coolant all the time. So that, like that, could be absolutely fine, like that. Okay, so now let's just plug it in, fire it up. Screw the little lock screws in. Well, at least these are nice and long, got plenty of travel on the bed without these bottoming out. Okay, I like these covers that they put on, splash covers. Tie all the cabling. I'm going to tie that to that, I think, so it's not pulling on the plugs. Okay, guess we've got to turn it on. Yes. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. Got so much slop in this. That's excellent. Perfect. Great. Together. Okay, well, that's how you fit a 3-axis DRO onto your lathe. I hope you found this helpful. I think the most difficult part was actually mounting the scale to this cross slide. The rest was pretty straightforward. You just screwed it down and screwed the other bits on. So, thank you. I'll see you all soon. Bye.